as though you are in the business as well. You're not just a connoisseur. You're actually an owner. You're in the business. You in
Yes,
the business mindset. So when
yes.
it comes to that, I can imagine on how many laws you must know and understand. Can you explain to the people? I got some questions to ask you when it comes to the laws that's already in place.
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to read the language of the laws and they say that weed is legal. Can you really explain, is weed really legal? And if so, where is it legal at in DC itself? That we just talking DC right now. So where at, and I know people saying like, what he mean, where at in DC? Because it's not legal everywhere.
No,
Exactly.
Exactly.
no,
So for you
no.
to know the laws, and I know it'll be different coming from you versus from Bishop King or DJ Rick or anybody who not in the business. We just might
Right.
know it. Where is it legal at, and what is
Well, well, I mean, that in itself is a great question due to the fact that a lot of people do have it kind of misconstrued on the lines of what is legal and what is not legal. And even with the things that they have going on now, where they're running, we have the I-71 Act, which everybody knows is kind of a gray area. It's what occurs in between in this gray area that gives you the ability to know if you're being in a legal place or not dealing in a legal place. So also too, real quick, and I appreciate you having the confidence in me. Not only do I just am I in the business or whatever the case may be, but I actually graduated from cannabis college.
Wow.
mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So the difference in me and a lot of other people is that I've already spent, thousands of dollars in my education of the cannabis field, knowing the laws, cultivation, harvesting, marketing, the whole nine, everything that everybody see me do with my store, locally as well. So to answer your question, weed is legal for each individual to carry up to 2 ounces, but weed is not really legal to be sold any and everywhere. You have boundaries. You got to know your boundaries. And honestly speaking, I'm gonna give you just a gist of it, but this information right here, is crazy. It might sound crazy, but people don't understand that I'm in $1 billion business. But my fee, I'm paid like an OR surgeon. I make anywhere from $200 to $300 an hour for my consultations, things of this nature, and even helping people get their business going correctly
Right.
versus what they think that they're doing. So a lot of times, a lot of people don't know within 1,000 feet of a school, you shouldn't have a shop there. Certain laws and mitigations. Weed is legal in your home. Um, Weed is not legal for you to smoke and drive. Weed is not legal for you to actually, honestly speaking, stand out on a corner. Due to the fact that law enforcement has dumbed it down, we find ourselves doing that.
Yep.
So, um, like I said, you can carry up to 2 ounces. It's not for the sale. Like I said, zones where school kids outside in the street, unless you're in a fenced-in area outside, and whoever has control of that and gives you that power to do that. There's certain laws that come with certain demographics, whether it's a residential or even a commercial area, and how it has to be projected and set up. So I tell everybody, weed is legal in your home, not more than 2 ounces on your person, you are operating legally. But if we actually standing outside on a street corner smoking in public, that's a fine. You get caught driving while you're smoking, you can get a DUI.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody smoke and know where you should be smoking at the home, venues that allow you to smoke there, things of that nature. And just be cautious if you are trying to enter into this business. Make sure that you really understand the laws behind it. But in
Yeah.
the home, basically, man, is where you at or open venue.
See, a lot of people thinking because you smoking is different from alcohol, when in a sense you can't be outside in public with an open container, just standing on the side of the street drinking a bottle of beer or whatever. It's the same thing. You can't drive beer illegal, but you can't be caught with an open container in your car when you get pulled over. You can't be drinking and driving. It's the same thing, and a lot of people don't get it because you think smoking. So it's like you say, they dumb it down, and it makes us dumber in a sense because we believe whatever we tend to hear or see people get away with. Yeah, and the officer ain't gonna be nice.
Yeah, real talk, and that's what I explain to a lot of people. Like, you have to dispel a lot of the myths, a lot of the misconceptions, a lot of things that a lot of people may not just really understand pertaining to this cannabis thing. And last Tuesday or the Tuesday before that, Phil Mendelssohn in the District of Columbia, he put back on the table a budget for enforcement to shut down what they call marijuana gifting shops. So the thing about that is what has occurred in the gifting shops in the I-71 are really for district residents. A lot of these shops here in the city, and it's just honestly speaking, are owned by people that are not district residents who've entered into the gifting world and entered into the gifting community. And it's something that is designed for DC residents, people that live in the city that have an opportunity to grow off of an industry that they're making so legal and implementing in so many ways. So Phil Mendelssohn was saying these people that have these shops are not residents of the District of Columbia. They're outside of District of Columbia, whether they come from New York, California, Virginia, deep South Virginia, wherever they're from. He's saying they're not from this city. They're not residents of this city. And in this industry, when you have so many small mom and pop stores or everybody's getting into it because they figured out a way, to create their own lane with it, so to speak, without saying too much. You then at this point affect the dispensaries because they're now taking a hit because now it's a numbers war. Yeah. So Phil Mendelssohn was saying, hey, let's get these people out of here that don't have these shops, and let's get these shops that shouldn't be operating legally. And a lot of people really just missed it all the way around. This is what the real part of the inside of that language is. It's for DC residents. It was supposed to help the residents of DC by legalizing it and giving you an opportunity to try and work within a gray area of the I-71 compliant. But one of the things that you have to be off the books is a DC resident. And so that kind of kills those that are inspiring that may not get a chance because all the spots where you will want to be are littered. And at this point and at this time, I understood that point of view. I didn't want to see anybody have to really go through that, but I think that they're going to tighten up legislation on it to give it a control mechanism at the end of the day.
I'm glad you spoke on numbers because I would say, well, what's the difference from all these liquor stores? Because none of the people that's here selling liquor actually live in DC. They're not DC residents. But then you think about, like you said, numbers. How many people that's really out here selling liquor in the streets or opening up venues where they own and selling liquor versus the people who's out here in the streets selling weed and doing all these other things that the government is actually trying to get their hands on. So that kind of answers itself, and it also shows you how the government moves. You stick it around for the rest of the show, right?
I'm right here with y'all, man. Listen here, man. Y'all know I get long-winded, but I be trying to get the word out there. I'll be right here. Party Mode Live, I'm fice, man.
So go along, let Supa G roll up by herself, y'all. Spark something up, man. DJ Rick about to take us on another smoke break and let y'all do what y'all do while y'all doing what y'all do. You heard me?